Hello friends, now we will look at how to file e-income tax file returns for the year 2013-2014. I will be covering every class of individuals except business class. For business class there is a lengthy procedure of 24 pages document that we will see in the later stage. Now I will be covering ITR 1 and ITR 2. Now prerequisite before continuing before continuing this e-filing, what all documents you will be needing? First of all, you will be needing your form number 16 for salaried employees. For income from other sources, that is from bank FDs, if you are getting interest, at that time they will be giving you form number 16A. In case if the banks are not giving you form number 16A, at that time you can go in the bank and then ask them for the TDS certificate. Please note the name, TDS certificate. At that time, as per the new guidelines of Mr. P. Chidambaram, he has compelled all the banks to give form number 16A compulsorily each quarter by quarter, at the residence of the assessee, means that is the income tax payer. But in case if they don't give, normal procedure is they file the income tax forms and then form number 16A is also generated. But the banks use normal ordinary post method to deliver this form number 16A. So that's why they take time to get delivered, and there may be big chances that it might not be delivered before the end deadline of 31st July. So that's why it is better that you go in the bank personally and then ask for the TDS certificate. They will give you form number 16A. And while they are giving you form number 16A, please note, ask them specifically two things. First, what is the interest that you have received from the bank FDs, the total amount for the financial year 2013-2014, that is starting from 1st April 2013 1st April 2012 to 31st March 2013, correct? So the FD amount, the interest that is being total paid to you, that should be clearly visible to you. The total TDS that they have deposited in the bank, that should be noted to you. And the third thing, don't ignore the savings bank account interest rate, because from this year there is one clause of section 80 TTA where you can claim the rebate of 10,000 rupees on the savings interest that you have received from your bank. So let's look at then another thing, after getting this, then if in case the person assessee or the person who wants to file the tax, that is known as assessee, if the assessee is a retired person, at that time he will be needing one more document, that is from, if he is having some pension from some LIC or some any other pension funds, so that income which he has received for 1 year, that pension income, that LIC income he will be needing, how much amount he has got in terms of monthly income. I am repeating, monthly income, because the annuity that you get from LIC, it is divided into two parts. First one is, if the assessee withdraws the money, 1/3 of the money as per stipulated norms, then that 1/3 money of the sum assured is tax free. But the assessee, if he receives the money in terms of monthly installments, say some fixed amount, say 4,000, 5,000, or whatever maybe he's saving, according to that saving, if he is receiving that monthly income, so that monthly income is taxable. But the 1/3 income that he receives as a lump sum amount of the sum assured, that is tax free. So what we have discussed, form number 16, form number 16A, then LIC and LIC's TDS certificate. Then last thing that he will be needing, if he is having some income from house properties, at that time maybe he might be needing that, how much income, rental income he has received. And if there is some income from shares and stock market or bonds or debentures, at that time he will be needing his cost of purchase price. These all things he will be needing. So let's get started. go in Google and search over here income tax e-filing, and then you will see this website. This is Indian government's website where you have to upload your income tax e-filing.gov. I have right clicked it. This is the home page. So there are two ways to file first income tax, that is ITR1. Look at here, ITR1. This is one option where you can download this file, ITR1. This is ITR2, this is ITR3, 4, 5, 6. So there are two ways of filing ITR1, which is commonly known as SERS form. It is known as SERS because it is the most simplest of all forms available, and there are two ways to file this. One is to download this Excel sheet, and the Excel sheet I have downloaded it already, and the Excel sheets look like this. You have to fill this Excel sheet and upload it on the website. The another way of filing is quick file. This is the option, quick e-file ITR1 online. You have to click to this option, then it will ask to log in. Just for security purpose, I am taking away the. I will just log in and show you. I am just taking off the camera for a short while for security purpose. Yeah, I have logged in. This is how it looks. You can download it right from here also. See, you can download it from here also. ITR1, ITR2, ITR3, ITR4, whichever form is applicable. We'll look up the applicability also, which form is applicable to whom, and you can e-file it. Once this form is downloaded, you have to fill that manually, then come here and upload it. So currently I have already downloaded it. Let's look at how to fill it. This is we will start from ITR1. This is form number 1, that is ITR1. ITR stands for Income Tax Return 1. This is assessment year 2013-2014, which I had stated earlier. See, here they have written ITR1 is applicable for income from salary, pension means LIC or any other funds, income from one house property. One house means only single house, that is self-occupied. Self-occupied is termed as single house, means you are living in this house, that is known as self-occupied. Then loss cannot be brought forward in this. Loss from share market or from any other capital gains, the loss cannot be brought forward here. If you have to mention the loss, then there is ITR2 form for that. We will go into details of ITR form 2 later. First we are just seeing for whom this ITR form 1 is applicable. First is income from salary, pension, income from one house rent, income from other sources. Now what all things are mentioned in income from other sources? Bank FDs, savings account interest, then this income from house rental. These all things are included in income from other sources. Then nowadays people are winning lotteries, then they are participating in quiz shows, competitions, they are getting handsome amount of money in Kaun Banega Crorepati also. So these kind of people who are earning money from other sources is also clubbed into this category, that is income from other sources. But here the exemption is 50,000 rupees. Above 50,000 you have to claim it, and it's as per the income tax slab where you fall. Now let's look at one by one. So the first section here is, see here, The first section is personal information column. The personal information column has name, middle name, last name. This has to be in line with the name that is printed on the PAN card number. The PAN card which is given by Government of India, the same name, middle name, I mean to say the same spelling has to be put here. The PAN card of the PAN number of the assessee has to be filled here. This is the normal address, area, locality, your date of birth. This is male or female, male or female. Just you have to just see here. Just you have to just select here. I am an individual, so by default it is an individual. If you are okay, this form is by default for individuals only. This is not for business person. So for business person, in other forms you will get this option of individual selecting here, either individual or for business purpose. So by default this is for individuals only, so that's why this value is predefined. Date of birth, you have to just fill it. Here it comes, date, month and year accordingly. Town, select your state. Maharashtra has pin code of 19. See here, Maharashtra has pin code of 19. India's country code is 91. Pin code number is the area number. Sorry. Here you have to place the email address. This is very important. The email address has to be mentioned correctly, and active email address has to be mentioned. Another thing, whatever email address you have registered for the PAN card, the same email address if you register here, then it will be better. But in case if you haven't registered any email address while filling the PAN card, at that time please mention this email address. The email address is very important because all the communications that you will be receiving from the income tax will be coming on this email address. That's why this email address column is very important. The mobile number. Mobile number is also compulsory. STD code, phone number, that is landline number, alternate email, alternate mobile number if you want to give, you can give. This is the employees category. A retired person may select not applicable. Government employees shall select it. Government employee, PSUs for public sector undertakings, others for private business firms. So then this is income tax ward circle. Now many people might wonder what to fill here. So like I will tell you, my assessee number. This is my jurisdiction number. PNE stands for Pune region. Pune, and I have observed that even Panvel people are being given this jurisdiction of PNE. Then 53 denotes the ward number. W stands for ward number. 53 denotes ward number. And on ward number, this 1 stands for area code. Okay. And if you want to find out what is your ward circle number, then there is an option given on this website where you can know your jurisdiction. I will just show you. This is this column. Know your jurisdiction. If you log in there, the session has expired now. But that is the normal procedure to know your jurisdiction. You have to fill this PAN card number, like I will just show you. Okay, it's saying enter in caps lock, AAPPN. Alright. Okay. Okay, I am just not showing your name. The rest all things you can see. This is area code which I was saying about. PNE. It comes under Pune. This is area type W. Range code 81. 81 is because I have entered this PAN number, different PAN number, which was of Panvel. I was previously staying in Panvel, so at that time the details are this one. Now I have shifted to Pune, so my ward number and everything changes. Another point to be noted: whenever you are changing the area, at that time mention to the PAN authorities everything. These figures changes, likewise what I had shown you. This was my previous numbers, 81 1, this one, and jurisdiction was Panvel. Now it has changed to this PNE 53 W1. So you can see, and this is where it is important. Whenever you fill the